What's up, chads, and welcome to today's video. So it's been a while since I talked about Sphere Finance. Now, since I last talked about these guys, they've actually gone ahead and released a new version of the contract. This time it's going to be the 2.1, which isn't this one. This is the original first contract, and there's a bunch of changes that's gone in place. So these guys are actually no longer a rebase project. So these guys have gone ahead and changed a bunch of features now. So in one sense, it's kind of the end of an era, and in the other sense, it's a good thing for Sphere Finance, considering they're a long-term project, and these guys have got big plans for the future, especially during the next bull run. As you can see here, this is the chart from V1. Before they launched, these guys talked a big talk. Sphere, I remember listening to their AMAs, and they had big aspirations and stuff, and it was really cool to listen to. But being someone who's been in DeFi for a long time, I know most of the time people talk the talk, but more often than not, projects don't walk the walk. But Sphere Finance definitely, proved anybody wrong who doubted them. They had a bit of a shaky start really over the first few days, but then since then, for anybody that got into the private sale, you did yourself over 100x. And considering the maximum contribution in the private sale was 1,000 USD, anybody contributing maximum had over 100,000 USD, and that doesn't include the rebases that happened during this 1 month's time. So if you think that you're earning 2% a day, you should be almost doubling your position in like 50 days. So not touching your private sale, you would have been, you had more than 150k from this. Not to mention then the guys that got into the pre-sale at a price of, I think, 3 cents, something like that, then those guys did like over 30x as well, again not including rebases. So Sphere was definitely up there with one of the best rebase projects that we saw at the start of this year, if not probably the best. But just like all these protocols, the day came to an end eventually, and you can see Sphere's drop was very significant. Just like most of these projects, it's very difficult for any of these protocols to survive the current market conditions and bear market that we're currently going through at the moment. So moving over into today, where are we at now with Sphere? Here we are. You can see that with a new token, they are not even 1 cent yet. They're half a cent at the moment. But you can see prices just consolidating now. Yeah, pretty much everybody who's holding Sphere at the moment now is long-term holders. After he's dropped to this much, anybody who's holding on now is in it for the long haul. You see the odd buy and the sell, but the majority of the people that are holding Sphere now, I think, will probably be still holding it into the next bull run. One thing you do have to take into consideration, which we're going to go into a little bit more detail with now, is also the increase in price fall that's going on at the moment. So there's going to become a point where it's impossible for, even if 100% of people sold out the positions on Sphere, the actual floor price is going to keep going up during this bear market, because of the ecosystem that they've got in place, and because of the money that they're earning for the other protocols within their ecosystem. So we just head over to the website, the partners here, Penrose, Dystopia and Tattoo. The money that they earn from these protocols all goes towards increasing that price floor, basically. So let's go over to the dashboard and you can see some of the changes. So they've got a completely new dashboard here. Now it's a little bit more easy to see the news and the updates that are going on at the moment. These are updated on a regular basis. They've also got a transfer here, so you are actually allowed to transfer your tokens from one wallet to another, or from one wallet to a cold storage with 0% tax, and you can do that there with the transfer. Another thing that's changed, obviously, because there are no rebases anymore, the Sphere games as they stood obviously wouldn't be able to work anymore, because it was people's rebases that they sacrificed that then paid out to the winners of the lottery. So instead of doing that, we've got a new type of games at the moment, which is going to actually be improved on once Sphere have continued to make the final changes to the protocol. But for the moment, they've got like kind of a little casino thing here. There's like a dice, a coin toss, and a roulette and that kind of stuff. And all these, it's just pretty much gambling. It's not like the same system as they had in place before. But once everything's put into place and their ecosystem is completed, they will have a new type of Sphere games again, which is similar to the old one, which obviously will work in a little bit of a different way. So another thing I wanted to mention is going back to the chart. Now, as you can see here, these guys are now paired with a stable coin called USD Plus. So if we go back to that first one, you can see here this huge loss. Obviously, a lot of people taking profits and panic selling, and there's absolutely no denying it that the huge drop in price is just part and parcel of being a DeFi project. But you also had it at this time as well. Matic was dropping tremendously in value as well, and you have more often than not, maybe sometimes up to 50% of the drop in price in DeFi project is actually caused because of the coin that they're paired with, which was Matic, which has lost a lot of value since April. So what these guys have done to help them get through the bear market is they're now paired with stable coins, which means that obviously the stable coin can't drop in value, so therefore it can't bring Sphere down with it. Now, USD Plus is a little bit different to a normal stable coin because this stable coin actually rebases itself, so it does what Sphere originally did. I have done a separate video on this where I go into explain it in a little bit more detail, so you can go ahead and look for that video on my channel if you want to learn a little bit more about USD Plus. But basically, what happens is this stablecoin rebases just like a normal rebase project does, but obviously on a much smaller scale. So this actually helps increase this ever increasing floor price of Sphere token. So as Sphere continues to develop and grow its ecosystem, the income that they earn from that, along with the rebase from the USD Plus, is going to continue to make that floor price increase even during this bear market. These guys call it forced appreciation. And so I think holding DeFi projects during the bear market is something that's really difficult to do. It's really always best to sell out DeFi projects during a bull run, and because as we see, most of them lose at least 99% of the value, or if not, the project completely dies altogether, which we've seen with pretty much most protocols just in the last couple of months. But if I was to be a betting man, if there was one DeFi project that I would be comfortable with holding during a bear market, it would definitely be Sphere Finance. You can see all the stuff that I've talked about today as to why I think these guys will survive the bear market. And I know it's only been a week or so since the launch of 2.1, but as you can see here, I think now they've really found a floor price, and the fact that they're paired with the stablecoin means that if there is a drop in the overall crypto market and we do start seeing some really low prices of Bitcoin, a project like Sphere won't be as affected as other different projects. And so I hope you liked the update. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. I'm also going to leave a link to my Discord community in the description of the video. And until next time, guys, bye.